So let's say you need to identify the zeros and vertical asymptotes of a function, and then you're going to graph it. So one of the first things you're going to do is you're going to factor. Now I see right away, get rid of that this is a difference of two squares, x plus 1, x minus 1, and then the denominator is as simple as it can get. Nothing is going to cancel, so this is as simple as my function is, but I need it factored to identify the zeros. Zeros are where the numerator equals 0. A vertical asymptote is where your denominator equals 0. And it's like finding the roots. So we're going to find where this piece equals 0, and that will be one of our zeros, and where this one equals 0, which will be our second zero, and then we're going to find where this one will equal 0, and that will be an asymptote. And it makes it easier to graph because then we can sketch some things in. So let's go back to solving. So first, x plus 1 equals 0. Well, we solve for 0, and I get x equals negative 1. Or we have x minus 1 equals 0, plus 1, plus 1. And I know it looks like you could do it in your head, but you want to do the math every time. So these are your zeros. X equals negative 1, x equals positive 1 are zeros. Alright, I'm going to move my paper down a little bit. And then we're going to use a different color ink, and then we have x minus 2 will be 0 and undefined, because that will make, when this is 0, that's undefined. We can't use that value, so we have plus 2, plus 2. So x equals 2 is the vertical asymptote, because it's an undefined region. Asymptote. Tough word to spell. Now, how does this help me to graph? Well, I'm going to make my graph here. Now, I know I have some zeros at x equals negative 1 and x equals positive 1. Zeros, roots, and solutions are where any graph will cross the x-axis. So it's going to cross the x-axis here at x equals negative 1, and it's going to cross the x-axis here at x equals positive 1. I also know I have a vertical asymptote at x equals 2. So we'll make that one blue. Makes this 1. Okay, so my vertical asymptote is going to be here. So how is my graph going to do this? Let's see. And you may be wondering how we can have the roots both on this side and the asymptote be right here. But what's going to happen is that this graph is going to come up and look like this. And then somewhere right up over here is going to be the other side. And we're going to switch over and see that in just a second here. So let's go to, this is what our graph was going to look like. So we did find our asymptote was at the line x equals 2. There it is right there. And we have zeros. I'm going to zoom in so you can see the zeros. This part of the graph is going to disappear. You're going to just see that we're going to zoom in, and we see right here, oh, not quite. We have a 0 at the point negative 1, 0. There it is right there. And at the point 1, comma 0. There they should both be there. Nope. Okay, hang on. Desmos doesn't want to play nice. There's our first 0. and 1, 0. There, those are the two zeros. So we did find what they were, and the more we graph, the easier this is going to get.